You're not tired because you do too much. You're tired because your mind never rests. Even when your body is still, your mind keeps moving. It jumps from one thought to another. It revisits old conversations. It imagines future problems. It prepares for things that may never happen. And slowly, that constant movement drains you. You wake up already feeling behind. Not because anything has gone wrong, but because your mind never truly shut down. Most people believe mental tiredness comes from lack of sleep. And sleep does matter. But many people sleep for 8 hours and still wake up exhausted because the mind does not recover simply by being unconscious. The mind recovers when it is allowed to be quiet. And for most people, that rarely happens anymore. Your mind wakes up to noise, notifications, messages, news, expectations. Before you've even stood up, your attention has already been pulled outward. And once that happens, it rarely returns. The modern mind is always on call, always available, always reachable, always responding. And the human mind was never designed for that. One of the biggest causes of mental exhaustion is constant mental noise. Not loud noise, but internal noise, unfinished thoughts, lingering worries, subtle anxiety, the sense that something is always unresolved. Even in moments of rest, your mind keeps scanning. What did I forget? What should I be doing? What if something goes wrong? Your body may be resting, but your mind is still working, not because it needs to, but because it no longer knows how to stop. Another reason your mind feels tired is decision fatigue. Every day, you make hundreds of decisions, small ones, invisible ones. What to check first, what to respond to, what to ignore, what deserves your attention. Each decision seems harmless on its own, but together, they quietly drain your mental energy. Your mind was not built to make decisions all day, without recovery. So by the time evening arrives, you don't feel motivated. You feel heavy, foggy, irritable, mentally dull, not because you are incapable, but because your mental energy has been spent on too many things that didn't truly matter. Then there is emotional weight. This is one of the most overlooked causes of mental exhaustion. Most people do not process their emotions. They suppress them. They move on quickly. They distract themselves. They stay busy. Disappointment, pressure, unspoken resentment, quiet sadness. These emotions don't disappear just because you don't look at them. They stay in the background. And carrying emotional weight requires energy. Unexpressed emotions are like tabs left open in your mind. Each one uses a little power. And when there are too many open, your system slows down. Your mind becomes tired, not because you think too much, but because you carry too much. Another hidden cause of mental fatigue is the lack of mental closure. Too many open loops. Things you started, but never finished. Thoughts you began, but never completed. Questions you never answered. Your mind does not like unfinished business, so it keeps returning to it, again and again. Even when you try to relax, your mind quietly whispers reminders. And this repetition drains energy. An unfinished thought often costs more mental energy than a difficult task because it never ends. It just lingers. Over time, this creates a constant sense of pressure, not intense, but constant. And constant pressure is exhausting. Here is something important to understand. Mental tiredness is not a personal failure. It is not weakness. It is not laziness. It is not a flaw in your character. It is overload. Your mind is not broken. It is overwhelmed. You are not incapable. You are overstimulated. You don't need to fix yourself. You don't need to optimize every habit. You don't need to push harder. You don't need more motivation. What your mind needs is less input, less noise, less urgency, less constant engagement. Rest is not doing nothing. Rest is giving your mind less to hold, less to react to, less to process, less to carry forward. Silence is not empty. Silence is recovery. Moments without stimulation allow your nervous system to reset. Moments without reaction Allow your thoughts to settle. Moments where nothing is demanded of you. Allow your mind to return to itself. This doesn't happen instantly. Your mind has been trained to stay alert, to stay busy. So when silence appears, it may feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is not boredom. It is withdrawal from constant stimulation. And if you allow yourself to stay there a little longer, something shifts. Thoughts slow down. Breathing deepens. The pressure softens. Not dramatically, not suddenly, but gently, quietly. You don't wake up one day feeling fixed. You simply notice that your mind feels lighter, that your thoughts are less crowded, that your reactions are slower. That clarity returns without effort, and that is enough. You are not tired because you are failing. You are tired because you have been carrying too much for too long, and it is okay to put some of it down.